have a life. And I'm so grateful for that. I used to be a registered medical assistant, and I got sick. But before I noticed I was getting sick, my supervisor had me come in the office one day when I turned my paperwork in, not just to put it in her inbox. She wanted to talk to me, and she goes, "Are you okay?" And I said, "Well, what do you mean?" And she showed me my paperwork from a month before, and then she showed me the paperwork that I had just turned in, and my writing was horrible, and it was not on the lines, in the spaces, and being government paperwork, for patients, it needed to be better than that. And she goes, "Something's wrong." I go, "Yeah, it has to be." And so I went to my doctor. They started doing some tests, and meanwhile I'm trying to work. Well, then at a client's house, I did in-home health. I took care of patients that were handicapped in their homes and that needed nursing care. And I had to call an ambulance, and before I could go with the ambulance drivers, I had to have someone show up to cover my shift because they could not be left alone. And then I got a little bit better, and then so I went back to work, and then it happened again. And my doctor said, "This is enough. You've got to take a break." So I took my FMLA and kept my insurance and everything in my job. Well, that ran out, and my doctor would not release me to go to work because in his testings, I have a brain injury from years ago, an injury due to my first husband being abusive. But I had just lived with migraines 5 to 7 days a week while I raised my children. And I guess as I got older, it was starting to be more difficult to function. So when my FMLA ran out, well, they sent me a bill from my insurance through Cobra. It was going to be $1,000 a month. Well, at that point, I had zero income anymore, and I was not able to work because my doctor wouldn't release me. And my brother helped me for a while, and then he just wasn't able to pay my rent and pay my bills, and so I had to move my things into storage, and I became homeless. I have to carry my roll around suitcase with me everywhere during the day because there's no place to sleep, to put it during the day. And I had to have a backpack to carry my medications and personal hygiene stuff in. And it was very difficult living out of those things. And during this time, since it was taking so long, I had to sell my jewelry that was worth anything to pay for my storage and to pay for my telephone bill each month. Well, that eventually ran out before I got my disability. My brother was a lifesaver. He said he would pay my storage and my phone because it should be with the third attorney or second attorney, third time, I should be getting it at least within a year or less. And it took me 3 years to get it. And I was homeless during that time, but I had gotten a room at the Missouri Hotel by that time, so that helped me out a lot. At least I had a bed to sleep in and a place to leave all my stuff. When I left for the day, I didn't have to take everything with me. So that was really helpful. And then I got my first apartment through this program. Mm-hmm. And I have just gotten so much healthier. Before, my feet were swelled up, like elephant legs, because I had to walk everywhere, and with my blood pressure, that was not good or healthy for me, because my doctor says, well, you need to lay down and rest as often as you can, during the day. Put your feet up and take a nap. And Yeah, there's no place to do that. I'm moving to a 2 bedroom, which is totally awesome because I have boxes of stuff that I can't unpack here because I used to have a 4 bedroom house with my 3 children, and then they got grown and I didn't need everything, but there was some things of my mother's and my grandmother's who I lost along the way, that I didn't want to get rid of or lose. And so that's going to be so nice to have those things out and be able to see them and remember my mom and my grandma and the time with my family together as I was growing up. I survived being homeless for 3 years. It was not easy, and I have no idea how I actually got through it. But I just took one step at a time, and God helped me in lots of prayers, and people were praying for me, and it's amazing to know that there are people that have the resources that can help us. Thank you for thinking about helping with this program, and thank you if you do help us, because it is most definitely helps us be a productive person and healthy person in society.